Hello and welcome back to Learning the Lyre for Beginners series. My name is Sharon. Today we are going to be talking about lyre strings and what notes to play. Now, learning the names of the strings and being able to associate them with the notes as we see them on a music sheet or the sounds that we hear will allow us to play the songs that we want to play on our lyre, as well as possibly create our own beautiful arrangements. Most modern diatonic lyres are built by manufacturers to be in the key of C. Now, I believe they do this because the key of C is the most friendly scale for beginners. There are no sharps or flats on the key of C. And just about every instrument from piano, flute, violin, and many, many more, when you look at beginning books, they all come and they all start you on the key of C. Now, your lyre should have come with a guide that explains or shows you a diagram of the notes of the strings and the names of them. And some lyres even comes with the names of the strings engraved right on them, just like mine right here. So if your lyre did not come with the names of the notes engraved, that's not a big deal. It's easily done by getting one of those sticky note packs and writing them yourself and then sticking them on. Now I've also made a little bit of modification to my lyres, as you can see right here. I have color-coded my lyre. I have C's are color-coded in red and the F's are color-coded in blue. And I've also put these gems right here. This is somebody else that in our group recently did to theirs, and I thought that I would do the same just to show you another way of creating a system that will allow you to find the notes quicker on your lyre. Now, because our lyre comes in this C scale, our first note will be C. That would be our tonic note or our first interval. And my middle C, and I'd like you to find the middle C on your lyres. It will be in a different location on your lyres depending on what size lyre you have and the configuration of the strings, as well as how many strings you have. So it doesn't matter what type of lyre you have. Our first job is to find the key. To find the C note. So on my lyre right here, this is my middle C. And as you can see, it follows the rules of the alphabet, ascending alphabet. So if we start with C, our next note will be D, followed by an E, F, G, A, B. Now there's only 7 notes to a scale, and then it starts again with a C. So again, we start with C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we start all over again with C. And depending on the size of the lyre you have, you might have 2 or more octave above. So in this sense, I only have slightly over half an octave. So I go C, D, E, F, G, and A is my last string. A good way for us to familiarize ourselves with the names of the strings as well as the sound that they make is to go ahead and explore our lyre and start playing them. But as we play them, we should start saying the names of the notes out loud. This is a good way for us to build muscle memory as well as ear identification on the sound that we make. So let's do one. Let's start with our middle C, and I'm just gonna pluck it 4 times, saying the names of that string over and over and over again. That way, I'm not just looking at it and associating where it is on my lyre, I'm also learning the name of it. I'm making sure that it's embedded in my mind, and I'm also listening to the sound that it makes so that my ear will quickly identify with that sound for future. So let's start. I'm going C, 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 and then do it again. C, 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 C. If you're familiar with solfege, it would be the same as do. So do, do, do. So depending on um, what you use, I go with the Western tradition of naming the notes, which is C, 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 C. But if you come from other countries like Asia, for example, we use solfege in many of the countries in Asia. So we go do, 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 do. So whichever one you want to use, it's perfectly fine. Go ahead and use them as long as we are making that association and learning where they are on our lyre. So we can go ahead and move on to the next string, which is D or Re, if you're solfege. D, D, D. And again, you're gonna do that all the way across your string. And you don't have to do them in sequence. You could skip a string, like for example, I can start with a C, 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 and I can go up to F, 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 F. But if you are going to be skipping a string, what I would like you to do is notice the strings that are um, before and after the strings that you are plucking, because that is a good way of associating with the sequence of the strings, so that you would know that before an F comes an E and after the F comes G, because that's what we are trying to do. Now, once we're really good at that, when we see a music sheet or when we're listening to the song, we can quickly find the sound or find those notes in our lyre. So that's really what we need to do right now, is to go ahead and explore our lyre, find where the notes are located, name the strings based on the notes, and we can start doing that on our own. Now, I am linking the three tutorials that I have already made on this topic. Those are really, really good resources for you. There is also resources on the website guide that can help you. I suggest going through them, because they will really help you to make that association with the notes and the strings, and it will allow you to play much better for future. I am a big advocate of learning how to read music, because I really do think that it opens a big world for us as we progress in our musical journey. I hope you enjoy this lesson, and I'll see you back on the next one. Happy playing!